Alright, what's going on, guys? My name's Chopper. To have a very exciting video for you guys today, and this one's going to be about Broken Arrow. Now, a lot of you guys may or may not know about Broken Arrow, but pretty much I only thought this was going to be like a backbone piece of the storyline, just kind of support everything that we're doing, and it wasn't really going to be wrapped up or like talked about in detail, but I was actually wrong about that. We got a lot more information about it in Gorod Krovi, which I did not expect at all. Like I said, I thought it was going to be one of those little things we didn't really know too much about, just one of those supporting figures, I guess. But anyway, before we jump straight into the information, guys, let's see if we can hit 70 likes on this video. That would be absolutely amazing, but let's go ahead and jump into this regardless. So basically, if you guys don't know about Broken Arrow, this was the facility that Russman had worked at during the Black Ops 2 Zombie storyline before he had met up with the crew. He was a former operative at Broken Arrow, and Broken Arrow was some sort of research facility that was most likely working with 115 as far as we know. There are no details about what Broken Arrow was actually researching, what they were specifically doing, as we kind of know what Division 9 and Group 9 through 5 have been up to sort of in detail, but Broken Arrow is a little bit different. We don't know all the specifics about it, but we do know that it's probably working with 115, but we also know that the records were destroyed before it was being run over by zombies. You know, before the zombies actually took over the entire place, the records and everything, the entire facility was destroyed by fire. So go ahead and listen to this radio. It actually tells us the destination or the outcome of Broken Arrow facility itself.
Redcon 5, this is Saber 1-0. Our sweep failed to find any evidence of survivors on site. Broken Arrow is not viable for new FOV. That's a negative, sir. Records appear to have been destroyed in a fire prior to the facility being overrun. Sir, we believe staff may have been trying to destroy evidence implicating them in the outbreak. Understood, sir. Confirmed drop at T-5. Retreating to safe distance.
Listen closely, you actually pick up that the facility itself was destroyed by fire before the outbreak happened, before it was run over. So somebody in the Broken Arrow facility actually destroyed what they were working on. Whether that be Russman or somebody else, we don't know, but somebody actually destroyed all the records and the entire facility entirely with fire. We also know that Russman suffers memory loss, as he doesn't even remember whether Russman is his first or last name when he meets up with the crew, and he doesn't remember where he was from at all. He doesn't even remember about Broken Arrow. They have to remind him where he was, and he says, oh yeah, I kind of remember about it. You know, he kind of remembers Broken Arrow a little bit, and his memory's starting to return, but that further proves that he's working with 115 in that facility because, you know, 115 induced memory loss is definitely a thing in the zombie storyline. And then from that point on, after Buried and after Die Rise, we never heard about Broken Arrow again. You know, not in Origins, and nothing in Black Ops 3 Zombies. It had literally zero references about it until Gorod Krovi. Now, this is actually a very low-key one that you have to be listening for from Sophia, and she says it really quickly, and she only says it when you're doing a specific thing. It's like looking for the code cylinders, and she just kind of throws it in there. But if you listen closely, this is the quote that she says. He said, Broken Arrow showed them how to open up new worlds. Now, if you don't know what this means, or if you don't really know what kind of significance this holds, think back to Buried. And do you remember that giant hole down there at the bottom that Russman is always referring to as the Rift? I believe it's in the Buried cutscene too. They show it for a little bit, and they're always talking about mending the Rift. They even talked about it in Die Rise, everything like that. That's been a huge factor from the Black Ops 2 Zombie storyline, is mending the Rift. We don't know what the Rift is, we don't know what's in it, or on the other side rather, and it's always been a very confusing aspect. But what I think the Rift is the Rift that let the Apothicans in. Now, I think it could be either one of two possibilities, which is probably, you know, either letting the Apothicans in or creating this multiverse theory that we have today in Black Ops 3. But assuming the Rift did actually let in the Apothicans and the Keepers and introduce all this new stuff that we have in the Black Ops 2 Zombie storyline, it makes absolute perfect sense because the records were destroyed from Broken Arrow, as they don't want any of this stuff getting out. And this was destroyed pre-hand to the outbreak going, you know, the incident Malta talks about, basically the zombies outbreak when they actually took over the Broken Arrow facility. The facility had been destroyed before the zombies got there, so whatever they were working on, they didn't want anybody to uncover. But Broken Arrow had like the knowledge to open up new worlds, and obviously, you know, they want to keep that stuff under wraps, and working with 115 and stuff is perfect explanation as why Russman is having memory problems. He doesn't remember if Russman is his first or last name. But if Russman is working at Broken Arrow, then that means if he gets his full memory back, then he might have a lot more knowledge, and it might be very more important to the storyline than we had previously thought. Now, I wouldn't go so far as to call him like Dr. Monty with his knowledge or anything. He's definitely not Dr. Monty, as some people have kind of speculated that, but I think that they would not go and just change the voice actor and still call it Russman. I think that'd be very strange. For that specific reason alone, I don't think he's Dr. Monty. Let's not go that far, but I believe Russman does have more knowledge about this than we might think. You guys know Russman has kind of just been there. He hasn't really helped out too much in the zombie storyline. He's just been sitting there and kind of tagging along with the group, I guess, and Stuhlinger has kind of been the Richthofen of the group, but that's kind of besides the point. But anyway, anyway, so Russman, I think he's still integral to the storyline, and basically I think it would be unfruitful to go back into the old maps and see if Russman has any really interesting quotes. They give a lot of information about this kind of stuff. I mean, you might find something here or there, but I think more of his story is going to be delved into in the Zombies comic books and the comic book series. We're definitely going to learn more about Russman and Broken Arrow, all that sort of stuff. That's definitely going to be explained in that series. But anyway, guys, that's really all I got for you guys today. I thought that was absolutely insane how Sophia mentioned Broken Arrow, and that literally made me so excited. But that explains so much to me. It really does. It explains so much about the Apothicans and the Rift and everything like that. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for today. What do you guys think about this? Who do you think Russman is, and why do you think he doesn't, why he's suffering this memory loss, and why do you think he's important to the zombie story? And let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, guys. If you're new to the channel, guys, don't forget to subscribe and drop that like if you haven't already. Really would appreciate it. But anyway, that is going to be it for today. Thank you all for watching the video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.